What's up, everybody? It's about noon on Monday now, and Typhoon Chaba is just around the corner. I'm out here at the seawall right now on the East China Seaside. Hopefully everybody can hear me okay with the wind that's starting to happen here and the rain and the waves and everything. We're on the East China Seaside right now, so right now the waves aren't too crazy. I imagine on the Pacific side it would be a little more intense because that's the way the typhoon's coming, but I definitely expect it to pick up here in the next couple hours. Right now, Chaba is a Category 4 typhoon and it's still intensifying. It has pushed a little bit south of us though, so we probably won't get the eye of the storm, but we're still going to see winds well over 100 miles an hour. I'm going to continue this video through the day and into the night as Chaba passes over us. Alright, so it started raining on us pretty good and I didn't want to mess up my camera, so we're back in the Evo now. I think we're going to head back home for now just because there's not a whole lot going on. It's really not that windy yet. Nothing's flying all over the place, so we're going to head back home for now and wait it out a little bit.
Step on the land, I've got your hand, and now we're way down, fade out low. Was it your plan? Can't understand. I love the air you bring, everything.
So it's about 1:30 in the afternoon now. Mason's out here on the balcony with me. He's actually been running a fever today of around 103 degrees Fahrenheit. We've been giving him some medicine. Hopefully the medicine works. He seems to be feeling a little bit better now, but this is definitely the worst time he could be sick is during a typhoon. The only emergency room on island that we can use is on a different base, and that's about 15 minutes away, and if things get crazy here in the next few hours, we're pretty much going to be in lockdown, so just hoping he doesn't get any more sick than he is, because he's doing okay right now. So before the wind and rain gets too bad to have my camera equipment outside, figured we'd take a walk around the parking lot and point out a couple cool cars that I hope stay nice through the typhoon, and a couple cars that I think are going to be screwed if the winds really pick up. So this is one of those cars that I really hope stays safe. I haven't seen this car in the parking lot very much. I've only seen it in the last couple weeks, but it is a really good looking S15. Hopefully he at least has a full tank in it and maybe a couple sandbags holding it down. I know there's a few of y'all out there on the channel that really like Altezas, so thought I'd give this one a little look. You can see that he's sandbagged his tires, so hopefully it's not going anywhere. It's a pretty clean looking car. Alright, so now I'm going to show a couple of the cars that I think are screwed. And by think, I mean I know they are if the winds pick up. Because even when we have little storms, people who park over here always have tree branches on their cars afterwards. This area of the parking lot right here, on the side of the lot, is notorious for coming out of typhoons or even little thunderstorms and seeing branches. You can see there's branches missing from that one on cars. So I guarantee tomorrow when we get out of this typhoon, we're going to come out here and these will be the cars that are damaged. What are you doing up there? I see. The rain's really starting to come down, so we're going to have to run inside. But there's another beautiful RX-7 behind me that I hope stays safe during the storm. And then we have the red Evo back over here. But it's raining. We're running inside now. All right, so we just ran up out of the rain. It's already stopped raining again, but now we are in TCOR 1C for caution. That means that winds 35 to 49 knots are currently occurring, and all military members are supposed to head to their residence now. We won't be able to go to the seawall or anything like that anymore, but I will continue making video here at the house. Until TCOR 1 emergency hits, I'll be able to stay outside, but once we do go into emergency and the winds are getting crazy, I'll have to be filming from inside the house. So it's just past 5 o'clock now. We're gonna go outside and see what it looks like. So it's just past 5 right now, and it's still not much going on. The winds have picked up a decent amount, but there's just really not that much going on. The storm was a pretty small storm in size. The intensity being a 4, yeah, it was a strong storm, but it is small. And with it shifting to the west a little bit, it's just kind of killed that big, crazy super typhoon we were supposed to get. They're still saying we're gonna have winds maybe 70 miles an hour, something like that, maybe later on tonight when it gets a little bit closer to us. But it's definitely not gonna be that super typhoon that was originally said was heading our way. I'll definitely be keeping the video going through the night though. It looks like now it's just starting to rain actually. The Evo is still down there. No problem so far with her. Haven't seen any debris flying around, other than a plastic bag and maybe a balloon. So no real threat so far for the Evo. So now we're gonna take a break from the boring typhoon and eat some chicken and rice, some gyoza, and some Japanese beer. Well, Chaba is now a Category 5 super typhoon. Unfortunately, it's not coming right at us, or fortunately, I guess however you look at it. I enjoy them. I enjoy the high winds and the rain and the storms. But I guess also, fortunately, there's not going to be a bunch of destruction and everything. This might be the last time I video for tonight. If it gets any crazier, then I will definitely break out the camera again. But I'm going to go upstairs and watch a movie, I guess, for now. It's just a little bit before 8, and it might get a little bit crazier around 10 or 11 o'clock tonight. So if I'm still awake and it is getting crazy, I'll definitely break out the camera. But I'm gonna continue this on through tomorrow as well, and into the recovery process, and going to pick up the GTR and hoping that nothing flooded or anything, which I don't think it will because it hasn't rained a whole lot. The winds at the center of this thing are over 200 miles an hour, but it's just a very condensed storm, so we're not seeing those crazy winds that are only about 50 to 60 miles off the coast. You can see the animation on the screen now that has a little purple island to the northeast. That is Okinawa. So as you can see, we're just not quite in the range for that full force 200 mile per hour winds. That's pretty windy. So it's just before 10 p.m. now, and this is probably about the strongest the winds are gonna get. It is pretty strong. It's definitely blowing stuff around out here. There's no cars moving or anything. The light pole's shaking a little bit. The trees are moving. But out here on the balcony, it is pretty windy. Last year when we went through some typhoons, the bedrooms were some of the worst spots for a lot of sound. These glass doors would, like you can kind of hear now hopefully, slam against the wall and just make a lot of noise. But this typhoon, you're not really getting a whole lot of that, so you can see that we're not getting the full force of this one. I'm not even really hearing anything in Mason's room, so it's definitely not too serious. It definitely just missed us by 60 or so miles from being the craziest typhoon ever. 200 mile per hour winds, that's insane. But I think we're gonna call it a night for tonight, unless it picks up anymore, and pick this back up in the morning. It's now Tuesday morning at around 9 o'clock. Last night around 11:30 we went into T-Core 1 emergency, where we had winds of 50 knots or greater sustained, or gust above 60 knots. We were in that till about, I think about 5:30 this morning. Now we're in T-Core 1 recovery. So all the construction crews, all the cleanup crews are going around and trying to clean up any kind of damage that was caused by Typhoon Chaba. I just saw a dump truck outside through the window that was driving by that had a bunch of tree branches and stuff like that in it. Hopefully they don't get everything. I would like to show y'all a little bit of the damage. I did happen to see on one of the Facebook pages for the towers we live in here on Kadena that a tree actually did go down last night at one of the other towers across the street, and it did land on a car. It's now about 10 a.m. on Tuesday morning. We got the all clear about an hour ago. So I'm out here in the Evo now. I gotta go to work now. I'm gonna see if we can find any damage on the way into work. And like I said earlier, I already saw the dump trucks going around, so they probably picked up most of the damage that's already happened. You can definitely see over here on the side parking lot of the towers that they've already come through and cleaned up some of the stuff. You can see some of the remaining branches there, but I bet they already came through and picked up the bulk of it. This is the area where the car got crushed last night. So just by looking at the damage of the tree that fell on that car, I guess you could say we're still pretty lucky that the Evo didn't have any damage when we came out of it. And I imagine the GTR is perfectly fine too. I don't think it rained near enough for any kind of flooding to happen down there. But we'll see this afternoon. Hey Mason.
Huh?
What are we doing?
Well, get to GTR.
I just got off work and we're heading to pick up the GTR now. We are here in the garage now, heading to pick up the GTR. Mason and Megan are going the wrong way.
I'm going to open the door now.
Hopefully everything looks good.
The GTR.
Safe and sound. With Eric Supra. All right, so we're at the tower beside mine, and I just wanted to come over here and take a look at this damage. Poor Nissan. Really did a number on the roof, the trunk, and that back windshield, and it's been pouring all day too, so that is probably going to be a full-on total. So after seeing the damage done to that Nissan, I guess I really should be thankful that maybe this Typhoon didn't hit us straight on. We only got winds, I think, up to around 60 or 70 miles per hour at its strongest, but we were only about 60 miles away from the eye of the storm. It was a very compact storm, so we definitely didn't get that full 200 mile per hour wind that only 60 miles off the coast the Typhoon was throwing at us. So on my Typhoon prep video, DarkCom91 commented and said for me to stop apologizing that my videos are good. But I'm going to go ahead and apologize one more time just for you, just because I really thought this storm was going to be a super interesting video to make, but it ended up really not being that interesting just because the storm ended up shifting 50 or 60 miles to the southwest. I'm super thankful though. I'm thankful the Evo didn't get damaged. I'm super thankful I got a garage to stick the GTR in. It's awesome to have the GTR back. It's really funny because during the first 2 days before the Typhoon and during the Typhoon, I think an R32 GTR was probably the most rare car to find on island because everybody had hidden them away in garages. But she's back out now, and I've seen plenty today roaming the streets, so it's good to be back to normal life. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it was a little bit more interesting than just a random boring weather report. I want to take just a second to thank each and every one of you guys and girls out there for watching my videos and for all the likes and the comments. It's been amazing to see the channel grow. It grows every day, and it's amazing. But it's finally over, and I have some pizza and beer calling my name. So as always guys, thanks for watching.
Bye.